Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebea and I make videos, vlogs in Italy, around Italy, and sometimes I do some sit down videos like this one. What draws me to do this video today is there's a lot going on in the media surrounding domestic violence and femicide of women here in Italy. So there's a lot of discussion over on social media about this topic as well. And I just thought I would touch on this and maybe make a video on it. So the video today is going to be basically some red flags to look out for while dating in Italy. And I just feel it's right to do this video because I have so many people reach out to me on my Instagram, especially young women, are saying that they want to move to Italy. Their dream is to live in Italy, and that is beautiful. And for the most part, you're going to have a great time here and things are going to be good and you're going to meet a beautiful man or beautiful. But there are some things, of course, to be aware of. So I think I'm not going to get into statistics or any particular cases. I think that you can definitely go ahead and Google that and look for yourself. But, while I'm here and I vlog about other things, I think this is a good topic to have a discussion about. And I have done some videos about dating in Italy before, and I can't exactly remember all of the content I put in those videos. So let's call this video red flags to look out for in Italy. And this is not going to be an exhaustive list of every red flag to look out for. And nobody's perfect. Some people are going to have, maybe one of these red flags or something here or something there. I dated a bit when I first came to Italy. I dated for about 6 months until I met my partner. And I also have some experience dating outside of Italy, Italians outside of Italy as well. And for the most part, I had a blast. I found the Italian guys very, I found that they were gentlemen. They were very kind, loving, beautiful people. So let me just put that out there for you. And most of the people that I know here have beautiful, loving husbands. Okay. But there's also this other area that we got to look out for. So if you're looking to date in Italy, let's and you've moved here and you want to meet somebody new, and this is the place that you want to live in and you want to take this serious and you want to meet your life partner. I think we have to be very intentional about this and look for certain things, okay? So you'd be surprised how many women just go with the flow when it comes to dating, and they don't have like a criteria of what they want. Besides from, you have to be tall, dark and handsome. Okay. You definitely need more than tall, dark and handsome, believe me. So that's that. I also think that, I don't know. I also feel like women don't really get taught, what to look out for, what red flags to look out for when dating. I don't know if anybody's mum really sits them down or anybody's dad sits them down and says to them, look out for this, or look out for that, or look out for this. Sometimes it's just like trial and error, or sometimes it's by the time you find out it's too late, or you've witnessed somebody else, or you've witnessed your aunt or your uncle or your auntie or your sister go through something. And let's just try to, I think it's good to take knowledge from older women that I've dated before in the past and have got knowledge about dating. I think it's really nice to always pass down wisdom and knowledge to the younger generation, and also for the younger generation to take in that knowledge, basically. So you're on the website and you're excited and you've signed up to Tinder or whatever other dating websites that there are. So while you're asking questions on the website, you might come across somebody that they might say something to you, why are you single? Why are you on this website? Or why, they ask questions along those lines. And, sometimes those questions are a little bit awkward. Why am I single? Why am I on a dating website? Because, I am. I'm single. And you might get talking to that person a little bit. You might converse for maybe a day, for half a day. And then maybe for some reason, you've taken some absence because you had to go somewhere, or you had to do something, you're getting on with your life. And then that person reacts in a way of, they start sending you loads of messages, or, oh, where have you gone? Oh, you've left me. You've gone and found somebody else, have you? you've left me to the side, and they go on a little bit like that already so early on. I'm not saying discount that person completely, but just think about it. Just think, oh, okay, is this the reaction I want? We hardly know each other, and this is the way that you're behaving. I have come across people like this, not only here in Italy, but also in England when I was dating. So, and a lot of the time when I've given that person a chance, I noticed that behavior continued on, okay? And the insecurity, oh, I bet you get loads of guys on this website. I bet, sometimes somebody says it just once and it's like, okay, it's fine. Oh, what are you going to do with a man like me? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be good enough for you, all of this violin stuff. I'm just not, I don't have the energy for it. So I've never had the energy for that type of stuff. So that could also be something to look out for. I'm not saying you can just write a person off for doing that, but just, is that somebody that you want to have a relationship with when it's just early days and the person is going on a bit possessive and a little bit over the top already? You're talking to this person, you've given them your number, and there's just a bit of rushing going on. They want to rush everything forward, and maybe they want to jump to be your boyfriend already, and they want just to skip the stages. You feel a sense of rush going on, and you're not able to catch your breath with this person. They want to move fast, and you're wondering, like, why do you want to move so fast with me? You hardly know me. Why? So that's also something that, you can question. I'm not saying write this person off of this, but why are we rushing so much, I believe that it's very important to ask questions, okay? And I find that sometimes women are nervous or scared to ask the question. They're just going with the flow when they're dating and having a good time, but they don't, or maybe they put off asking the important questions later on. Ask some questions, ask about the past relationships, what the dynamic was in the past relationship, what happened. The guy might turn around and say, oh, my ex-girlfriend was crazy, my ex-wife was crazy, she's just crazy. That again is something in itself. Anybody that's constantly calling somebody crazy, it makes me question them. Ask them for some reflections on their relationships, It's just good to ask questions actually to get to know a person. That is just it. Also, when it comes to domestic violence or anything like that, I always kind of ask questions. I'm like, oh, so what did you think about, this is an example, what did you think about that case with Rihanna and Chris Brown? And you will be so surprised what response you will get from that. You'll be very surprised. I got a response once where we're just playing out, well, nobody knows really what happened, do they? Or it all depends. If to hit a woman, it just all depends. Or I have had some crazy responses that I never expected, but if I didn't ask, I would never have known. And that is it. And is somebody commenting on your appearance, not in a positive way, something negative, like, you're showing a little bit too much, or why are you wearing heels? Or why you got so much makeup on? Or why is your hair up? I remember a guy said to me, this wasn't in Italy, this was in England, in London. And he said to me, oh, you look better with your hair down. You look aggressive with your hair up. I was like, are you kidding me? And I remember another date where somebody said to me, why are you wearing heels? You're already tall, or something along those lines. And I was just like, you just don't do that. The only thing that you need to be telling me on a date is that I look beautiful and I look nice. If you don't like it, I don't know. I never comment negatively on anybody's appearance. I just don't do it, especially not on a date. So to me, that was definitely crazy. Get a general feel for this person. Do they respect women? That is another thing. Do they respect women? What are their views towards women? How do they treat women in public? How do they treat the waitress? And sometimes those signs are very very interesting. And sometimes believe it or not, a person can be very obvious that they have they don't really have so much respect for women. Another point, somebody that's very pushy and doesn't really take no for an answer. So, for example, you say, no, I don't want to come out tonight, or no, I don't want to do this, or no, you can't come to my house. They're like, but why? But I want to come and I want to hold you all night. I want to hug you in your sleep. I want to see you sleep because you're so beautiful. I want to see you sleep by the stars and by the moon. They'll try to make it all nice and whatever, but basically the matter is they're not taking no for an answer. You say no, they're just not. It's nice to find somebody and who respects you, especially if you're a foreigner and they respect where you're from and respect you as a person. That is very important. Sometimes, people have this perception that foreign women are easier, or they are, easier to get or something like that, or easier to sleep with, or something along those lines. So it's nice when sometimes it's obvious that somebody doesn't really respect where you're from, or they might even say, American women are quite easy, aren't they? Or American women are like this, or they're just so lazy, or American women are like this, or like this. I think that for me is a red flag. I'm not saying it's the be all and end all, but it's definitely something to look out for when somebody is classing a whole group of women as one thing. Or they're just dirty, or they're just this, or they're easy, or they are blah, blah, blah. So be mindful of that. Another one is the person's temperament. If they get angry very quickly over small things, that for me is something that you should look out for and listen to. This is a big point. If they get angry over small things, okay? And they get angry over small things, and they can sometimes they can erupt and explode in a way that's like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. At the beginning of a relationship, of dating, you are supposed to see the nicest part of somebody. But if you're already seeing the red flags in day 1, day 2, day 3, sometimes that's a sign of what's to come in the relationship. Another point I think as well to look out for is love bombing. When somebody you meet them and they swipe you off your feet. They sweep you off your feet, is that the saying? And they're just, at it for maybe the love bombing can go on for 1 month, and then after there's radio silence. Or you can obviously feel that they've taken a back seat, and you just can't understand why this person's taking a back seat. So it makes you want to investigate more. And you're as a woman, you're like, but why is he taking a back seat? Last week he gave me flowers, and last week he gave me roses, and last week he gave me all of these beautiful things. Sometimes it's a dark tactic that some people play. Okay, again, this is not only down to Italy. Due to Italy, this is a tactic that happens everywhere in the world. It's love bombing. They come on heavy and hard and strong, and then sometimes they just back right up, and then it leaves you confused, and you want to try to make up for something that you haven't done, or try to win them back or something like that, and then it just ends up changing the whole dynamic of the relationship. This can happen. So just be mindful of love bombing. If in the early days, if somebody's just like boom, 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 and they're just, going at it, just have your wits about you. So if you're in Italy and you meet the Italian guy, somebody that's not really helping you to integrate into Italy, not helping you to get your independence here, I think that's also something very important to look out for as well. You want to go to a language school. Oh, but why? I will teach you Italian. Oh, I want to do this. But why? You don't need that. You're okay. You're, sometimes you might feel that your independence is slowly slipping away, and your center is becoming them, and all roads lead to them when you need something or you need to do something. So that's something to be mindful of. Anybody healthy here would want you to go out, make friends, learn the language, get a driving, get your independence. This is what I believe. So yeah, also meeting new friends and having new friends, they encourage this. Meet new people. There's not insecurity. Oh, but maybe you're going to meet somebody and I'm going to be alone. Or maybe you're going to meet a new man if you go to learn Italian. Or maybe, something along that. And there's guilt associated with you wanting to move forward, or you wanted to do something positive and productive to enhance your life, basically. Anybody wanting to keep tabs on you, oh, where are you? They're wanting to know where you are constantly. I've seen this happen a lot. Always on the phone, where are you? But what you doing? Sometimes even tracker, they might even put this app on to see where their girl is or what they're doing. They feel that they need to have, they need to have an itinerary of what their girlfriend is doing or what the person is doing. So obviously sometimes that doesn't come on automatically or straight away. It slowly comes, it slowly happens over time, gradually, where it starts off as, okay, okay, you're going out with your friend, let me know this. So let me know. There's a difference between somebody being, just caring and loving and wants to know if you've got home okay and if arrived okay, and somebody just wanting to track your every move. So it's definitely knowing, which is which, okay? Of course, if any normal partner or boyfriend, any potential suitor wants you to get home safe, wants to know that you've arrived safe, but anybody that wants to know who you're with all the time or wants to check in on you all the time in that way, or you're a bit silent on the phone and you haven't messaged them for a few hours and they're like, oh, where have you been? Oh, is it because you don't like me? Is it because you don't love me? Or is it because of this? Or because you found somebody new? And you're always having to, no, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's like, come on, give me a break. You know what I mean. As foreigners in Italy, we have to go home. We have to leave we have to leave Italy to go to America, UK or wherever to see our family, and whoever you're with has to be comfortable with that. They have to trust that you're going to go and see your family and everything is going to be okay, and there's not going to be anything negative going on. Or so when you're wanting to leave to go to see your family, something happens, or this man makes a big deal out of you going to see your own family, or they're not trying to encourage you to see your family, or try to put any limits on you having other relationships, even with your family. Okay, so that's another thing. It's very important for you to keep your relationships with your friends, with your family, to be independent, to have your own when you are in Italy. So somebody that encourages that is a beautiful thing. Somebody that encourages, when's your mum gonna come? Why doesn't your sister come? This is the type of things we want to hear. This is the type of things that you want to hear. Somebody encouraging relationships, not trying to put a halt to them. Move to a different country, you are vulnerable. You're vulnerable. As a woman, you're very vulnerable. And you don't speak the language, you don't have your friends around you, and people know this. When you start to date, whoever you date, they will know this, and it's what they do with this information. For the most part, guys will, treat you like a queen, and they will try to help you and aid you as much as possible in this process. But unfortunately, there's going to be some of them who would take this and try to use it to their advantage. Body that is turning up out of the blue, and you've not invited them somewhere. They may be turning up at your workplace or turning up somewhere where you're unexpected. That's something that I believe that you have to be cautious of. Rude, obnoxious behavior towards you, rude or obnoxious behavior towards somebody else, rude, obnoxious, aggressive behavior. Just be mindful of that. Is that the type of person that you want to call your husband, or you want to have? And I like I said before, if he's being obnoxious towards them, it's likely that behavior is going to come towards you at some point. Playing the victim, oh yeah, my ex did this, my ex-wife did this, and they're taking no accountability for their actions or for their behavior, is also somebody to look out for. A quick change of location, but to end this video, I want to say that don't put up with anything in Italy that you wouldn't put up with in your own country. Like, why would you do that? And I notice that sometimes that happens, but because maybe this, maybe that, maybe this. Yeah, I understand there's a language barrier, but if you know somebody is being rude and they're being obnoxious, that's just what they're doing. It's got nothing to do with the language barrier or anything else. Don't make those excuses. It is what it is. And sometimes men might say, it's because I'm passionate. I'm a passionate Italian, or I'm a passionate this, or they try to get a pass because they're trying to use that Italian card that they're passionate. There's a difference between being passionate, and there's a difference between being possessive, having these negative characteristics. Before I go, I've got two instances that I remember what made me say no to somebody in the past. I remember I was dating an Italian guy in London. We went on a date, and nice person, whatever. Went to a restaurant, and we were talking. We spoke a bit over WhatsApp and on the website and the dating website. And this, I think, would have been our first or second date. And I remember we was in the restaurant and was ordering food, and the way he was treating the waiter was a little bit, for me, a little bit, it's kind of like a little bit rough and a little bit dismissive, a little bit, And then I also remember we were having dinner. We was having our dinner. We had the dinner. We was having a chat, having a good conversation. Everything was flowing well. Then after, I wanted to order dessert. So I took the menu to order dessert, and I think I wanted to order dessert because I didn't order the mains. He ordered the mains. He chose the mains to get. So I took it as, okay, he knows this restaurant. He wants to order the mains. So he ordered the mains, and I had whatever mains this person ordered. Fine. Then when it came to the dessert, I was like, okay, I want to order this dessert now. I want to get what I want to get. I'm excited because dessert is my thing. And then I was looking at the menu. Ooh, this chocolate cake looks nice. So then I said, I think I would have this chocolate cake. So the waiter came over, the waiter or waitress, I can't remember what it was at the time, came over. He took the menu, opened the menu, and he looked and he goes, she will have the tiramisu, for example. She would have the tiramisu, and I will have the. That was it. Put the menu down. We looked at each other's, and I was just stunned. He ordered something completely different for me, something that I didn't want. And I noticed, after I looked back throughout the whole night, everything that he wanted, he ordered. And he might think that is being the man or anything like that, but I took that as something that I wasn't interested in. I took that as a red flag. Okay, another one was when I was in Italy again, when I first moved there. I went on a date. We were talking, all going well. And this person, I was unsure. At the time when I came, I didn't have that much money, but I was transparent. I said to this person, look, if you're taking me out on these dates and this is something that you want to do, you're going to have to foot the bill because it's not within my budget. Okay? He was like, no, it's fine. I want to treat you. I want to take you to these places. I was like, okay, then fair enough. So anyway, took me to these places, and we're dating. I wasn't the person's girlfriend, anything like that. It was obvious, it was clear we was dating. There was nothing going on like that. No level 2 or base 2, just dating outside of the house. Doesn't know where I live, nothing like that. So I remember him. So I just wasn't keen on this person for some reason. I just don't know why. So in the end, I said, no, fast forward. He lent me something, say like some crayons or something he lent me, or some pencils or something like that. And they were just some old pencils that they didn't even work. I think it was colouring pens or something like that. They didn't even work. And then he was like to me, after I said, okay, some days later or whenever it came to a head where I was like, sorry, I don't think we are compatible or something like that. He was kind of like, I wanted to see how it goes, the situation goes. But he was just like boom, boom, and relentless and just very pushy and pushing, wouldn't give me the time to breathe. So I said, in the end, I said, okay, no, I just think we're best off not, communicating or whatnot. And he goes, why not? What's wrong with me? Is there something wrong with you? Well, no. And he's going backwards and forward. It just really made it was very tacky, guys. His behavior was very tacky. So I said, no, that's it. Then he's like, I said, well, for days. He was texting me, calling me. And he's like, oh, well, I want my money back that I paid for the restaurants that I went to take you to. I want this back and I want that back. And I was like, you are out of your mind. You are out of your mind. And then after maybe one of the later messages he said, because I started to ignore him after this, he's like, oh, I want my crayon back or whatever I lent you. I want that back. You need to meet me and give me that crayon back. And I was like, wow, that to me is, I escaped something there. So those are the things to look out for. If anything, you see somebody with that type of behavior, just look out for it, Look out for it. Any arguments that you have and somebody behaves like that, they want something back, or it wasn't nice. So my gut was right in the end, guys. So anyway, that's this video over and done with. And if anybody has any points to add to the video, anything to look out for as well that you want to add to the list, please go ahead and do so. And like I said, this is not a guide of anything. This is just some things I've picked up while dating myself, or friends have told me along the way. So I just thought I would share those things. Like I said, guys, have your wits about you. And also, I want to say that if anybody in any situations, DV situations, or yourself, you're in something, there are numbers to call, there's organizations to reach out to. And what I would say is move in silence, okay? Move in silence. If you're going to make any type of move, sometimes it's best just to go, plan and leave. Go quietly. You know what I mean? So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope that you took some value from this video, and ciao.